everyone. Today we are making falafel. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Chef Anita at WannaBee Chef, and I will be teaching mostly, I would say, plant-based, though sometimes I do introduce a little bit of dairy in my recipes. So today we're going to make falafel at home, a very easy and simple recipe. Also adding some vegetables to just make it more nutritious, and let's get started. So what I have is I have pre-soaked this split peas that have been like for a couple of hours, but if you really don't have a lot of time, you could just soak it for a shorter while in some very hot water. That will do the trick for you too. So here I have is my 1 cup dry. So it, of course, when it's been soaking, it expands. So it's almost turns into 2 cups when it's been soaking. So here we go. I'm gonna just pop that into my food processor. Just popping in my split peas. And I have a cup of frozen edamame that was, I buy that shelled already. And this is also 1 cup of the frozen edamame that goes into my food processor. After this, what I'm gonna add is a bit of a different twist. I'm adding some raw beets. So this is 1 medium raw beet, just peeled. It's raw and it's peeled. And then I'm gonna add, I have here 3 pods of garlic that I'm gonna add in here, just raw garlic. And I'm gonna add a red bell pepper just because I like the color. And just kind of drop it in big because the food processor is going to do the job of mixing it for me. So that's it. We have everything in there that we need to put in. And we're going to just give this a quick grind. So we're just going to whisk it around in the food processor. We really don't at this point want to make this very pasty. We want to keep a little bit of the chunkiness. So it's, sorry for the noise, the food processor, but we're gonna start right now. And that's what I said, because I'm not looking for like a total, that's why I did not do it in the blender. Though if you don't have a food processor and you wanna do it in the blender, you're just about good. So I'm trying to keep this bit of a rough consistency, because if you make it very pasty, your falafel, there's nothing wrong, but I just kind of prefer to have that little bit of chunkiness in my falafel. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna add a dash of water just to kind of help bring this all together. Just a little bit. So you really don't want to add too much water. That was about 2 tablespoons. What a pretty color. I'm sure you guys can see the color. It's a very pretty color we have here. Such a pretty pink. Even your kids will like this. Wow. It is coming together nicely. Give it 1 or 2 more whisks and we'll be just about ready to move on. So really, this is the hardest part, which I don't think is so hard. There we go. We have this done. This is what it looks like, the consistency. As you see, the consistency. It's a little still that it could be, because if we leave it too grainy, it might not bind. And then if ever, I will tell you what you would have to do to bind it. So at this point, I'm gonna add in the spices. I have some za'atar, which is a Middle Eastern mixture of different spices. It has some sesame seeds too. That was 2 tablespoons of za'atar, by the way. This is sumac, which is a kind of salt, a sour salt. It's a Middle Eastern sour salt. And I'm gonna put in a little bit of the regular salt. And I'm gonna give it 1 more whisk. But before I do that, I'm gonna add in a bit, like about 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour. That kind of helps to bind it. I'm gonna first, you don't want to add too much of this, so I'm gonna just add 2 tablespoons first and see how it goes, and then we can add more, okay? There we go. See? Okay, coming along nice. I think it's perfect. So I'm gonna turn this over into my bowl. So here we are. We have our mixture ready. So 2 tablespoons of the chickpea flour was good. And you know, if you don't have chickpea flour, don't worry. You can add some all-purpose flour. That works too. So we're just gonna turn it over into a bowl, into a mixing bowl. There we go. At this point, you might want to check the salt because there's no other real spice that we added in here except for the za'atar, which was 2 tablespoons. And we had 1 tablespoon of the sumac, which is like a sour salt, you know. So that gives it a bit of the tanginess and some flavor. Here we are. And we have this nice together. Just gonna toss it around a bit. This is what it looks like. Very pretty color. The beet and the red pepper gave it that pretty color. And I have some chopped onion here that I had just diced, just finely diced onion, which I'm now gonna add in. So here I am. You can see this with me adding in the rest of the diced onion. You could actually add the onion when you were doing this mixture in the food processor, but the reason I don't do that because onion can make it very watery, and then you have to add in more of the flour, which I just feel, you know, kind of takes away from the taste. So I like to do this onion this way, but it's really up to you if you want to put in the onion in the, you know, in the food processor and skip this step. But remember that you will have a lot more liquid to deal with. So I added in 2 tablespoons of the chickpea flour. You might have to add 4 or equally the same amount of all-purpose flour. Okay, so here we are. Now it's a good time to taste for salt. I think I have a little bit less of salt. I would add a little more. Just a little bit salt. I have my pan, my saute pan, which is also, you can see, heating up. I have a little bit, like 2 tablespoons of oil, like maybe 3. So you really don't have to deep fry these, which is what I like. But if you absolutely want to, you can, but I don't see why one would deep fry these. I know that the traditional falafel is actually deep fried, but since most of us are very careful on what we eat, this might be a good. So here, the salt is all mixed in, the onion is in, and there we go. I have this a little bit too hot, it's smoking, but it'll be okay. So you just kind of dip your hand in, I have plain water here. So make these to the size that you think you like, to like a little patty, like a little mini burger patty like that, okay? There we go. I love this color, my God. It's a pretty color. And I'm just gonna start dropping them into a pan that's been on medium. There you go. Mine kind of got too hot, but I did drop it down to a medium stove. And you just form your patties. And this is good enough, whatever size you like bigger ones. I like to keep them small because when you put them inside your pita bread to make your falafel sandwich, they kind of like just, you know, fit in nice. You could even do it like round balls. And then I'm gonna put a pepper that I had. So I'm gonna grill that on the same pan while I'm doing the falafels. So that would make a nice garnish. There we go. Just going on for me. At this point, if you've made this ahead, you don't want to add salt. You have to make sure that you don't add the salt before, because as you keep this, it's going to let the salt out. So this would not be a good time to make this mixture and walk away. And if you were planning to, I would strongly suggest you do not add the salt, because you will have a problem where it will constantly be giving out water, and it'll get to be a real problem to kind of handle it. So make sure that you do not add the salt if you are making this ahead of time. Okay, it's enough. I don't think I can fit any more right now till I remove that batch. Okay, so there we go. So this is fairly easy up to this point, and this is really the main thing that you need to know when you're making your falafels. Now, while these are cooking, I am gonna show you the salad. So we can get the salad going and also our sauce. So I am gonna use some greens that I had left over because I don't waste anything from the night before. So they're just some chopped greens and some sliced cucumber, very rough chop because it's already been cut up. That's it. We have some lettuce, romaine. You could use any lettuce of choice. And I have some red pepper for nice color. That's again your choice. This is kind of the salad of choice, but I love, and my husband does too, we love red peppers. And again, a very like thin slice, just slice it thin. There we go. Drop it in, it gives a nice color. I think it just makes, I love color in my food, and I think that makes such a difference. So here's my patties. As you can see, they're cooking on a medium. And this is my salad, and I'm gonna drop in some cilantro in my salad for some more extra flavor. Again, you can use cilantro or parsley, whatever your heart desires, or neither of the two, it doesn't matter. This is kind of just, the salad is to your taste. So I added in some cilantro. There we go. Some chopped cilantro. And we're gonna just put the salad to one side till we're ready to build on our falafel. And now I'm gonna show you my sauce, the tahini, and I kind of make a mixture of my sauce, so I will show you what I'm doing. I have some tahini. I have some store-bought hummus. I have a store-bought non-dairy yogurt. And I have some chopped dill. Okay, and some just lemon juice, a tablespoon. So as we go along, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. So this is my store-bought yogurt. It's going in there. That's like 2 tablespoons of the yogurt, and about, let's say like a half tablespoon of the tahini, and a tablespoon of, heaping tablespoon of the hummus, some dill, okay, and some lemon juice, a tad bit of salt, and just some finely, some room here, some finely chopped, just one single pot of really finely chopped garlic, or if you have pre-chopped garlic which you buy ready, I prefer to do it myself because I kind of find it a lot of therapy to be chopping. So you just chop it rough, and then you add a little bit of salt, so that makes it a very nice, almost like a garlic paste that'll go in there. And that's pretty much it for your, there we go, nicely finely chopped garlic. You know, you can do many different variations of this, but I find this very simple, and it goes nice with the falafels as you build a sandwich. I'm gonna start turning these over as they're cooking. Take a look. Yeah, they're coming along nice. So you don't want to overstuff the pan at this point because they will break if you put it too close. So you want to be a little careful and not overstuff your pan. So that's why I stopped at half the quantity. Here we are. Here's my garlic that goes in there. Every bit of that nice garlic, right? That's if you like the garlic. Okay, we're just gonna quickly give this a nice mix. Use a whisk or even just your spoon. And it smells so good with the dill and the garlic. Yummy. I like this kind of a sauce on my falafel. So there we go, it's my little white sauce. So we have that ready. We have the salad ready. So pretty soon as these come out, I am gonna start showing you how we're gonna build on the falafels, okay? It's really simple. It's a nice full meal, very nutritious because you got your protein from the split peas and the edamame and some nice veggies in it. And it's really low fat. We're gonna just taste the, perfect. I think this is enough salt. So that's it, that's what it looks like. And it's really yummy, I wish you could taste it. So here we are. It's very, very simple. We're gonna start looking at the ones that are done. I'm gonna show it to you as soon as, and here we are. I'm gonna start showing you how we're gonna build this. And I have my pita bread here that I already toasted, lightly toasted. There we go, just gonna cut it in half and open it up. Some people like to keep it full and just make the pocket, the opening for the pocket on top. So this gives me two because it's up to you. I prefer it this way. So just split it in half. My salad's ready, everything's ready. And as you saw, it's so good and so easy, and it's from scratch. And you know, you can almost, I haven't tried it actually, honestly, with all the kind of lentils, but even any other lentil would work. But just kind of be gentle when you're flipping these, because I didn't add too much flour because I like to keep that taste of the lentils and not have too much flour in there, okay? Nice. And my pepper is cooking up nicely. It's just getting blistered. If you just want to blister it for like a nice garnish on the side, okay? And if you like peppers. So we're pretty much ready. I'm gonna start taking some of them out. Let me see if it's done, if I could get a couple out, so I can show you how I build on this, okay? Yeah, some of them just about ready. Yes, yay. Yeah, perfect. That's, as you can see, this is nice and firm. Let me hold it up a little bit so you can see that. Here you go. See that? Almost looks like a little mini burger, doesn't it? Right? With that pink color because of the beet. You could almost think of this as a mini burger. Here, I have two nice ones done. That's all I need for now. I'm gonna leave the other ones. I'm gonna lower my stove so we don't end up burning that. And I have my blistered pepper cooking, there in the meantime. So you just open up this pocket. This is a nicer one, let's see, yeah. Okay, open up the pocket. Put in your two little falafel patties in there. There you go. Push it in a bit. Put in a bit of the salad. Just a bit. You need a dash of salad. I do like the idea that I stuff my falafels really well because I think that's the nicer part. You don't have to, you know, worry about space for the sauce because I think that could just even go on the side. And there you go, is your falafel. And I'm gonna show you another thing that I would do at home. So I'm gonna just put it in here for you, the falafel. I'm gonna take some hot sauce and spoon off a bit on the side. Just a bit on the side here. I'm gonna take some more of this sauce on my plate for anybody who wants some more. A little bit of that, and also it kind of gives it a pretty look. And a couple of sprigs of my cilantro because my house, they kind of love the cilantro. And then I have my blistered pepper and this, and here we are. We have this beautiful, beautiful falafel ready to eat. Dinner's ready, guys, come get it. And how easy was that? I made the sauce pretty much from store-bought hummus and tahini and just some garlic and dill. I almost feel like I want to eat it tonight. So here it is, a perfect dinner. And you know, I think this is good dinner for one. You might need to add, you know, it depends on your appetite. You could add another one. But here we go, it's a perfect dinner. So if you do Please subscribe to our channel with the link below at WannaBee Chef. And thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you.